financial most people's income is. Thank you for doing that. And the other thing is the mobile transaction. I just got off the phone just a few minutes with a lady who's now using Venmo and Vin and everything else to get money moved. I can remember my son was in college and he'd call and say, Dad, I need some money. I said, okay, son, I'd have to write a check, go to his bank, deposit. The check would take 3 days to clear. He could get his money and do what he needed to do. He called me just last month about a warehouse that him and I rent for storage for antiques that we used to collect and still do from time to time. And he said, hey, the bill is due. And instantly, in a blink of an eye, he had $90 in his account, and we didn't have to go anywhere to do it. That created the perfect storm for our industry. Our company, Partner.co, is actually in 50 different nations. We ship to over 60. I love that idea that from my cell phone, from Karen's cell phone, and all the Susans on this Zoom tonight, from their cell phone, can run an international business and have customers and brand partners all over the world. I don't know anybody personally, a Singapore, but I have a brand partner there. I don't know anybody personally in New Zealand or Australia or Canada, but guess what? This led me to people, and this is what happened in this industry. And now we have brand partners over there. So I like that part. All of our products are doctor developed and scientifically engineered to stay pure and clean so that we don't have to worry about side effects. And, we do have one side effect with the drops tonight, and I'll tell you what it is. It's a good one. But our products are tested and are proven over a long period of time. We have 215 clinical studies. I don't know if you know this, that sometimes we have more studies on our products, which are natural and homeopathic, than some of the pharmaceuticals we take. Think about that for a moment. And we have over 1,000 clinical and annual quality tests done by us. By the way, our plant is so clean and so well run. It's actually Federal Drug Administration, FDA approved plant. Very rare in this industry, very rare indeed. And the other thing I want to mention, like I said, doctors, if you see Dr. Strand there, he's our chief doctor with our company, advisor. He's wrote 2 wonderful books. One I've got right there. I started reading, had to put it up because it upset me a little bit because I've been a lot of, we've been told that heart attack is the #1 cause of death in America. No, it's not. It's just death by prescription. Death by prescription. And when you read it, you go, so it's a lot to take in. And then the other one is what your doctor doesn't know about nutrition may be killing you. That's called a clue. That book right there called The Physician's Desk Reference. My wife is a retired physician of 30 years. Hers is in the closet. She just retired about a year ago. And here's the interesting thing. Listen, I'm not opposed to pharmaceuticals. There's a place for everything. But in that book there, when your pharmaceutical's not working, or maybe you're allergic to certain things and you can't take that pharmaceutical product, the physician book opens up and it shares how to get a healing or a benefit from natural products. And guess what? Our company, out of the millions and millions of nutritional companies in the world, we have 8 of our products in that book. That says a whole lot as far as I'm concerned. And you don't pay to get in. It has to be selected by that system. Again, we have over 100 products. We're not going to talk about 100 products tonight, but we do have products on balancing hormones, weight loss, improved energy, athletic performance, clean skin, clean energy drinks, collagen drinks, improved sleep, gut health. Remember me saying a moment ago, the perfect storm? And again, I want you to think about it. We're setting as a company. You and all of us are a part of this company, whether it's customer based or thinking about being a brand partner. You're sitting in seats that have never been sat in before because we set right in the center. If you could draw a bullseye and put 7 of the biggest multi-billion industries in that circle, we're in the center, but we set inside of 7 multi-billion-dollar industries. And here we are, and it's called Partner.co. I'm not going to get into the drops. I'm going to let my partner do it tonight, Karen, not let her. I hope she does it because she's far better than I am. But I will say, I will give you my own personal testimony about the drops and how they've helped me and are still helping me. To you, boss, you got it.
All right. Well, I love these drops, so I'm so excited to share about them. You know, they have a lot of nicknames. They're called skinny drops, liquid discipline, magic drops, all kinds of things because when you start introducing them into your system, so many wonderful things happen. It's a 2-bottle system, and the first bottle has a blend of over 11 different homeopathic ingredients. You put them under your tongue 3 times a day, and this helps support your thyroid, whether it's high or low, and put it back in balance. It'll help support your pancreas and line out those insulin levels. You know, did you know that over 80% of us walk around with high insulin levels? Somebody's coming. Oh, my stepson's coming in. We have high insulin levels and what's called metabolic dysfunction, even teenagers and children. So it's just alarming to me how prevalent that is. So this will also help detox the body. So be prepared. You might go through some detox, which is actually a great thing. The second bottle, you do 2 or 3 times a day, depending on how your body needs. But it has the pure form of B12, rhodiola, ashwagandha, and other ingredients that increase our energy and metabolism naturally. It stabilizes our moods, and you know, we're just feeling better. It also stabilizes out those cortisol levels. Now, I used to have reversed cortisol. It was so high in the evening that I would be so tired I'd be crying, but I couldn't go to sleep. It's
Mm.
horrible. And so it levels that out. I don't deal with that anymore. It's so wonderful. And from the moment we wake up until the moment we lay our heads on our pillows, we deal with crisis after crisis, some small, some not so small, and that can wreak havoc with those cortisol levels. So once they're lined out and the insulin levels are lined out, then they're not suppressing the other hormones and they start working the way our body was designed to work. And now we start feeling better. The best thing is the only side effect that Fred alluded to, weight loss. Phenomenal side effect, right? And we have an approved food list. This is not a diet. It is basically a lifestyle change. We are taking things out of our food sources that cause the problems and the health conditions to begin with. We're taking out things that cause inflammation and that are hormone disruptors. But we have this huge list of foods that are healthy for our body. You know, food is medicine, and we can give it good medicine or bad medicine. So we don't starve. We don't necessarily count calories, although sometimes I have to because I just don't eat enough. And can you imagine being on a diet that tells you you're not eating enough? We have to have the nutrients for our body. So it's a lifestyle change and it doesn't have any rebound. So Fred can tell his story here.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
Fred.
I think the picture almost speaks for itself. I have been holding this current weight that I'm at for almost 2 years now. I go up 3 pounds in one direction, 3 to 4, and 3 to 4 backwards. But it's averaged the same. Haven't gained any and really haven't lost any. Once my hormones, men have them too now, which is not like you ladies severe. But the end of the day was, first of all, 2 things, be very clear. I was not eating right. I was eating like a hog, and we say in the Virginia, in the South, where I come from. And so, I didn't care. I just didn't think anything about it until I almost ruined my entire health, that I realized I got to make some shifts here. I got to make some changes. And here it is right here in my back door called Karen-ize, and it's radically changed me. But let me say one of the things I got from this that I did not expect: severe brain fog. I mean, I could walk into the room and not recall, you start wondering if you got all kind of other kind of problems, and it was just pure inflammation and brain fog. And that is cleared up. My energy level is off the friggin' chart. My wife and I went in, and I go to the gym now at 68. I go 4 to 6 times a week, depending on which week it is. And, but we were driving today, and when I got downstairs, I looked at the 2 cars. We had 2 options. I said, wonder which car we're going to drive. She says, I don't know. I said, well, who wants to race me first to see who can drive me? I always want to race. My wife says, you're so crazy. Just get in the car. So, but anyway, there we go.
So you can see Amy, look at how amazing she is. She lost 67 pounds and she looks fantastic. And there's Misty. As women, we get that belly. I never thought I was going to have that belly. I call it the butt in front. I didn't think I was ever going to have that, and I do, and it's going away. But look at hers. It's dramatically different. Melissa down 21 pounds. She looks absolutely fantastic. And Randy lost over 108 pounds. I think it's even more now, isn't it, Fred?
Right at 167. He's actually a pastor. He was eating himself to death, he'll tell you. His doctors had put him on every potential diet, every prescription drug they could, and his body just wasn't responding. And they had gotten down to talking about having stomach reduction, which is a very, very serious operation. And studies say that the average person 3 years later start gaining the weight back. A friend of Karen's and mine, Todd, he knew Todd and saw one of his Facebook ads or posts, reached out to him, and today you can see the man's got his life back.
So Allison down 48 pounds. She's playing with her kids. Before, she wouldn't have fit on that slide, y'all.
That's true.
And Ursula has 6 kids. She's a homeschooling mom. The kids are in sports. She's crazy busy. And she started on the drop. She lost the weight. She actually weighs less than before she had her first child. And Brittany, look at her. Look how happy. Down 76 pounds. The difference, go ahead.
Okay. No. A little bit about Brittany. Actually, she was a 3-sport college university scholarship winner. Played 3 sports in college. In her last year in college, all of a sudden 90 pounds showed up. She was working out, eating, had all the right coaches. They couldn't figure out. Now, my wife knows what it's called, PSO.
Oh, POCS.
And that's what she was dealing with. We haven't cured it. We don't cure anything. But boy, look at what she is so happy getting her life back.
And when we give our body the tools that it's missing, it does amazing things. So Jordan, we all love going down those pant sizes. She's down 2 pant sizes. Talia, better hormones and better mood. There are so many mood stabilizers in these drops that and women, when our hormones get out of whack, we get moody. And a lot of husbands out there that say, don't you dare run out of these things.
Ooh, I got one that calls me every month. You sure it's coming? You sure it's coming? Yeah, it's coming, Bill. It's coming.
And Krista down 30 and Travis down 35. I mean, I love it when people can do it as a couple because, you don't have any foods in the house that are tempting. You're a support system for each other. It's just amazing when that can happen. And then Ashley's a nurse and she has no more night sweats. I suffered with those for 20 years, you guys. It's so nice. I have a little bit now, but nothing like it used to be. And Reese is down 54 pounds. They're dynamos. I met them when I was in Destin and they're amazing people. Ernest is one of your favorite stories. So go ahead, Fred.
Well, Ernest, you can see there, looks pretty fit in the picture on the right. Well, what happened during COVID, he's retired military. But after the military career, he had really started in the military tennis and became a professional tennis pro coach. And he was teaching, but when COVID hit, he couldn't train, couldn't see people. And for 2 years, he was off the court. He got depressed, began to eat and overeat. And after 8 weeks, he lost 42 pounds. I saw Ernest here probably 6 or 7 months ago. At 73, by the way, he looks like he could join the military tomorrow and be a drill sergeant. I'm telling you. And the only thing he's changed in his life is the drops and a product called MOA. That's it.
Oh, that's what I got. Just another example of someone getting rid of that fluffy belly. We love getting rid of that fluffy belly. And this is Dr. Crystal. She is one of the doctors with our company. She has lost more than she weighs now. Amazing success story. And she's, if we've sent you the videos, you've probably seen her on a video. She's just a great resource for us. And I'll tell you, in real life, she's a hoot. She's fun to hang with.
Yeah. By the way, she had a immune deficiency problem and her body was literally fighting her. It's not like she wasn't trying. She just couldn't find anything that was working. And that's not overnight, ladies. She took 2 years to lose that. But do you think she's well worth the 2 years of being on drops for 2 years? I think so. So you want me to go here with it?
Sure, go ahead.
Sure. Some of the things I always recommend. We say this, and we say this in kindness because we really believe in helping other people. To us, that's what's more important. If you have 25 pounds or more to lose, we highly recommend you just pay the One time, $29.95, kind of like your Costco card, except you don't have to renew it every year. It's one and done. And we'll supply you with your own replicate website, your back office, and those type of things. But the most important thing is you can get your drops at 30%, 15 to 30% off, which is huge. Now, we don't mind if you want to be a retail customer. We'll be happy to take care of you. I know Karen and Susan, they're just wonderful, wonderful. Speaking of Susan, so what is your testimony on the drops, real quick? I forgot. I'm so sorry, because normally I got a slide here. I don't know where it went to. I apologize. I missed your count. I don't know where's yours either.
I don't know. We'll give our testimonies now. Go ahead,
Go
Susie.
ahead.
Yeah, so before the drops, I was plateaued at the same weight, even with exercise and a clean diet. And then after just 2 months, my sugar addiction was gone. My hormonal belly was gone. And then my energy is fabulous. Now, when I was going to school, they used to call me Suzie Snoozy because I had no energy and I could sleep anywhere, anytime. And so I'm enjoying the energy I never had. So it's awesome.
And for me, I spent 20 years going, it took me a long time. I had a hard time going through menopause. I had a lot of stress also, so I had stress related things. 20 years trying to lose the 30, I mean, that 10 pounds a decade that you gain, I was doing that and probably someone else's. And I couldn't lose it no matter what I did. I could eat perfectly. I could work out. I could watch Fred eat and I would gain weight. And I didn't know what was going on. I just figured I had to live with it. And in September, I started on these drops, and I'll tell you what, my energy is back. My sleep is, oh my goodness, I can sometimes sleep like a, no, babies don't sleep through the night. I don't know why we have that saying. I sleep through the night. And my hormones, I mean, like I said, my cortisol levels are back. My brain fog is less. My irritability is, I mean, I could go on. And that's why we share, because we've had such amazing results. We're passionate.
Back here real quick, again, $29.95 gives you, again, access to purchase at our cost, anywhere from a 15 to 30% discount. If you have 25 pounds or more to lose, let me just kind of, because this is not this, I didn't put all my weight on overnight. It takes a little bit of work. It takes a little bit of discipline. That's why they call it discipline in a bottle. But we recommend it's probably going to take you 3 to 4 boxes to lose that amount of weight. If you were to purchase them individually as you go along, you'll spend a whole lot more money, and Karen and them would make a lot more money. But that's not what they want me. They want me to share with you the truth. And the truth is, if you were to purchase a 4-pack, it'd run you about a total about $421 with the $29.95. But here's what's going to happen. It doesn't happen some of the times. It happens all of the time. As you're beginning to lose weight, your face begins to shift and change, and people start looking, they see your energy. You got another walk in your step. You got that pep back. They go, what's going on? And you go, well, I'm taking these drops a couple of times. And before you can finish saying that, to go, I want a box. So you share. You don't have to sell this. You just share. You share 3 boxes with 3 of your friends of the 4 boxes that you purchased. And guess what happens? You've made enough profit now to cover your costs, plus the money to purchase 4 boxes, plus it made your box totally free. And so Karen and them are experts in this. They have one of the best I've ever seen. Just kind of give them a thumbs up on that real quick, what Boards is. Oh, you're muted?
Sorry, I had some noise in the background.
You muted again.
Can you hear me now?
We got you now.
Okay. Run a Verizon commercial.
Can you hear me now? Yeah.
So, Boards is an amazing app. I mean, I recommend it for anyone. I store all of my pictures in it and all kinds of things. But it's an app that we use that has, I call it a business in a box. It's got everything you need to do the business. You don't even have to think. It's everything to say, all of the resources. It's the most amazing tool I've ever had. And I've been in quite a few companies and never had this kind of a system to help anybody get started making money right away.
Yeah. We just say, well, why not turn your drops into profits? Why not? I mean, people are going to tell you you're looking good anyway. You know people right now that have cried, been upset. I can't believe I got another pant size. You know the girls, y'all know the deal. And why not share something like this? Get Karen or Susie or myself. We'll be happy to walk this presentation through for you with anyone, or you can do it with a video. We got it all. We've not going to go into all of this, but our compensation plan rated by the Home Business Association, which is several 100,000 members worldwide, tens of thousands of companies. And here's the deal. Our comp plan for helping people make an additional money from home. Remember what I said what COVID did? Made you realize how fragile your real job is. We have the #1 compensation plan in the world. So I love that part. And of course, you would want to subscribe and save and get your own box. We have a savings program. I'm not really going to spend a lot of time with that, but basically, every time you make $250 paid from the company, we only talked about one thing, retail in the box. Our company also pays you, and Karen can share those things with you at a different time. But every time you make $250 a week, they'll take 15% of the corporate money, put it in a savings account for you. And when you hit $10,000, you get the phone call from our 2 owners, and they'll be happy to next day deposit that money in your account. Fact of the matter, we paid $1,200,000 last year in check bonuses alone, saving bonuses. We have worldwide trips. You're certainly welcome to qualify and go with us on those things. We love having fun. It's a great company to hang out with. And we just love being here. And so what I want you to really think about, if you got questions, the ladies be happy to answer tonight. The second thing, I want Karen, make sure you send your before and after to everybody that was on the Zoom tonight. I apologize for playing with this thing and it looks like I blocked out a bunch of stuff, but hey, we'll fix it. See, it shows you ain't got to be perfect here. And one thing these girls will tell you, I ain't perfect. If you ever get a text from me, you're going to go, oh my God, that guy's got to be on crack. I'm just telling you. You need your secret squirrel decoder ring. I'm so severe dyslexic. And here's the interesting thing, this industry, I'm not here to impress you. I got involved in this industry over 30 years ago. I was a bricklayer and I was trying to make additional money because I knew I had a college bill to pay coming one day. And you know what? 7 months after being in this industry, I'm not saying it happened for you, it just happened for me. And this goes back 40 years, 48, whatever, I can't even count, 30 some years ago. And I was making 6 figures from home on a part-time basis. And that era in time was a lot of money. I have been very fortunate to break the millionaire's code in this industry 3 different times. So it's adult money. It's adult money. Or it can be just some part-time money. Maybe it's the gasoline money. Maybe it's just taking this money and paying it towards your mortgage, paying the mortgage down. Maybe it's paying the kids' future college. I'll get some money in there. Maybe it's paying your own college bill off. You do what you want with the money. But I do know this, it's a great place to be. Helping people with their life and getting their life back there's nothing like the phone call you get when someone calls you and they're crying and they've lost 7 pounds this week, they feel good. There's something about that. It just really speaks to us, and you know you're doing good. And we don't have to be great salespeople because I couldn't do this business. I don't mind sharing a story. I don't mind sharing the truth. And I don't mind sharing what's happened to me in my life. And so if you like sharing, then you'll do really well here. The worst thing that can happen here is y'all get enough drops to take care of your own personal life. You lose weight, you'll feel better, you'll probably live longer. And here's the end of the day. That's not such a bad deal after all, is it? So let Karen and whoever invited y'all know tonight, what did you like best about what you saw today? Was it the product? That's really got my attention originally. And then is it the possibility to make some additional money, take some pressure off the normal household bills? Maybe that's it. And if you're like Karen and me, it was probably both the product and the business got our attention. So let us know what we got to do to help you. We're here to be your asset. We're going to work with you. You could be in business for yourself. But here's what I promise you, you won't be in business by yourself. You got some great people on this Zoom here who'll work with you from 8 to faint. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Karen then. I'm done, and I'm going to just be quiet, and I'll let y'all do any questions or anything you may have. If not, I'm just going to mute myself out. Good night, ladies.
Thanks, Fred.
Well, we wanted to say also, if you're not interested in business, that is fine because we like wholesale partners too. So, but I have to warn you, most wholesale partners end up at least selling a few boxes themselves just because of their testimony and what people see. But so we just wanted to assure you of that, because I know there's a couple people on here that weren't quite sure about business stuff. So any questions, anyone? You'll have to unmute yourself better than I did if you do have
Okay.
something.
Karen, I was asked this today by someone, it was this lady I do not know, and she just saw a post. She said, "Can I take this with my current
what's the other
prescriptions?" And I said, "Absolutely. Our product is not chemically based, it's plant-based. So we have after 12 years and millions of bottles sold, zero issues with someone currently on medication. It just, they don't compete. It's like saying that I can't take my medication because I'm eating apples. It doesn't work that way. It's plant-based. Plant-based."
Good point. Leslie, did you have a question?
Yeah, my sister was just sitting here and we were talking, and I was telling her about the company, and she said she's heard about so many companies like Isotonics, Plexus, Fit Team, and they all talk about the same thing. They talk about gut health and which is good, and balancing your hormones. So what sets this company apart from all those other ones?
You want me to handle that?
Yes, please.
Two things, two very big things. Clinical studies.
Okay.
We have over 1,200 clinical studies on one of our products called Noni. Everybody's heard of Noni juice at some point in time. We own that brand as well. Probably well over 2,000 clinical studies on that product alone worldwide. It's probably one of the most acceptable products. So I think that's what separates us. The second thing that separates us is science. It's just not some folks coming around with a good, well, this will help you lose weight. In fact, my brother-in-law, and I can use that testimony, was doing Plexus. The moment he quit Plexus, guess what happened? Pounds came back. I don't take the drops every day. I take it as a bait, just one, because I like how I feel with the energy. But if you start, maybe you get the weight loss that you want, 6 months, 7 months down the road, and you start picking up a few pounds or something, then you can just go on a quick maintenance, and that's it. But it's not a lifetime product unless you choose it to be. And a lot of women who are still dealing with the hormonal issues in the sense of night sweats, all will use it sometimes a little longer. But I think those are the two biggest things. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe Plexus is still in business, or they're not. They're getting ready to change what they're doing. And I'm not putting them down. You know, they did a good thing at that time and era when they first come out. It was a king bee. It was a queen bee. It was very good. But science has taken over, and we own that. We own that spot. And I think that's what separates us. And here's the great thing. Take it for 30 days. You don't like what you did, the results, let us know. We get your full refund. We don't have a problem with that. We don't want anybody upset or mad. But in 2 years, I've only had one person ask me for a refund. And so I kind of tricked her. What is your name?
Leslie.
Leslie. And so I kind of tricked the lady. I said, "Man, let me ask you a question. You stuck to the food plan, right?" "Oh, yeah." "So you did eat 2 slices of coconut pie every day? Are you sure?" "Oh, absolutely." Well, I knew she wasn't using it. But I gave her money back anyway. I wasn't going to fuss with her. Here's the only time the drops don't work, ladies. Ready for this? When you don't put them in your mouth. They work when you use them. They don't work if you don't. Any other questions? I see another note had come across.
I have another question.
Sure.
Do the drops help with inflammation or arthritis?
Karen, you want to help?
The food plan starts with getting the inflammation down, but then some of the ingredients in the drops do help the body fight inflammation. And it's a combination of the two. I mean, like today I had a piece of pizza. It was gluten-free, but tomorrow I'm going to suffer a little bit. I'm going to have to up my noni and stuff like that because it will bring back the inflammation. But I'll tell you that within the first week of doing the drops, the inflammation, I didn't even know I had inflammation in my face. I knew I didn't recognize my face anymore, but I didn't realize that's what it was. It wasn't weight coming off. It was the inflammation going down. So definitely they help with inflammation.
We
Awesome.
do have a product. I got a screenshot there now. I'm not encouraging. We're not here trying to do the switch and bait, but you brought this up. But that product is called MOA. It's called the Mother of All. Mother of All has 36 of the most sought after inflammation fighting superfruits in the world in that pouch, all living, with 6 of the most sought after mushrooms in the world. In fact, I got a bodybuilder friend of mine a few years ago asked me about those mushrooms. He said, "You're sure those are what's in it?" "Yes, sir." I said, "Would you like the PDF and the ingredients?" He said, "No." He says, "I get those 6 mushrooms. I have to shop all over the world to get them once a month, and I pay over $300 per month just for those mushrooms."
Wow.
And he's been a user. Some of the biggest athletes in the world use them. Remember my friend Ernest? Well, he went back to coaching tennis, but he hadn't got back in shape, twisted his ankle really, really bad. His wife had been using MOA because she had been dealing with arthritis, or we here in the South where I'm from, we call it author. We got to be a little author here. And so she had a little author going on. So she had her husband take 2 pouches a day, morning, lunch, and dinner. That was his foot when he woke up the next morning.
Wow.
Let me see. I think I have one more here. Let's see here. Let me show you this one. There's professional athletes all over the world use our product for MOA for athletic performance and getting back. Now, this is a lady I got to meet about a year ago. Picture to the left, she was in her living room, been homebound for 2 years because of her knees. You can see the scars on the right side a little bit, but everything in the middle was 100% inflammation. She couldn't walk. She couldn't go to church. She had to watch church online, and it really upset her. Now, she went on a real super hard after this. She did 6 of these pouches for 60 days. So she really, you can't overdose on nutrition, folks. Just, it's not a drug. Well, that's the results after 60 days. And the church was shocked when she walked back in on a Sunday morning. Hadn't been there in 2 years. They were applauding, clapping. No walker, no wheelchairs, no anything. And so when I saw her, I said, "Man," I saw a picture of your knees. And she just pulled her pants up right there on the street corner. "Look at them now, but they're still down." She's really excited. She got her life back. But that is a product that I think goes hand in hand what we do if you're fighting that type of. But she's right. We'll deal with the inflammation. But if you got some severe joint issues, I was a young bricklayer and my hands were shot from laying bricks. It was a brutal industry to be in. And MOA has got me that's why I'm able to go in the weight room now. I could go 5 or 6 times a week where I couldn't even hold on the grocery bag coming up the steps. Didn't have the strength. And the pain too bad. And I didn't want to be on arthritis medicine, which is so hard on the liver for the rest of my life. So I just decided to go with the pain. Now I have no pain. I got my strength. Any other questions, ladies?
I just have one more. Sorry.
Perfect. I love it. We love it.
It just blows my mind to think that everyone I've talked to or heard from has lost weight on this. And it doesn't matter your age or your body type or anything. And I'm wondering, what is it in this product that works on every body? That's crazy.
Well, I don't know I'm not the best at the ingredients. The only reason I know those 36 superfruits in the MOA because it says so.
Oh.
I'm just one of those people. All I know is I put the drops in my mouth. I want to wake up in the morning, feel like $1 million and lost weight, and all my smart friends are using it. Karen probably knows that. I do know it's 8 plant-based on bottle number 1, and I don't know what they are. We can get you a PDF on it. It's all natural. And it was this product, by the way, ladies, was never designed for losing weight. It was designed getting women's hormonal and thyroid glands back into balance. They wouldn't have to fight the rest of their life. And this side effect turned out to be weight loss. Women generally ½ a pound a day, men 3/4 pound a day. It's not fair, but that's the way it works. Karen, do you have anything more on the ingredients? Far more than me. Again, I'm not the ingredient guy.
I would just say everyone has hormones. We have, I think it's like 52 hormones in our body. Now, the women, we deal with the estrogen and that type of thing, so we get a little more complicated, but everyone has hormones. And the root cause of so many health conditions is imbalance in hormones and inflammation, and the drops deal with those. I think that's why everyone gets results. Some faster, some slower.
Why don't you send them over the PDF if you can when we get off, just so they can read it for themselves?
The ingredients.
Yeah, sure.
Did we already send that to you, Leslie?
I think I do have that one. I'll
Okay.
look at it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, I think you'd be very pleased. It's all plant leaf. I thought if it was that easy, I'd go out there and eat grass off the dirt, but it's not the same, I don't think.
A little better quality.
A little bit quality, not quite as dirty, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Real pleasure meeting you, ladies. Look forward to hearing your success stories. Be sure to post your before and afters. It's important. I promise you, if you just work with us, let us work with you. Let us be your health coach for a while. And you'll get part of your life back. I really believe this is actually extending life. I was having a conversation with my little sister the other day who doesn't have good health. I said, and I was straight with her. I said, you got two choices in a life. You can live a long life healthy, or you can live a long life sick, broken, financially broke, always at the doctor's, always in a pain, and the choice is really yours. And I really believe I've extended my life by another minimum 10 years. I really have. At 68 years old, I'm in better shape today than I was when I was 38. I really mean, God be my witness, better shape mentally, physically, and quite frankly, financially at 68. Whoever heard of that? Most people 68, their finances going in the wrong direction. And so is their health. But I'm in great shape. My doctor calls me Mr. Wonderful.
Well, and I can say my scale does the metabolic age.
Yeah.
When I started, I was 2 years older than my natural age, and now I'm 3. Well, and I haven't got on for a month. I was 3 years younger, so I had anti-aged 5 years since September.
Well.
Yeah, pretty cool.
All right. Well, good night. I'm jumping off. Love y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. Share the information with them, and if they need me or Karen or Suzie, either one of us three, we're here for you.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.